a superstar is on one end and another superstar
I know, right?
on this end.
Yes, exactly.
We were just watching the whole thing.
We're just wondering who was laughing in the background, right? Well, let's introduce him. He needs no introduction. Rocky Dawuni.
Yes,
absolutely.
Multiple Grammy nominee.
Can you imagine?
We have to preface it with that. Seriously.
Listen, this is hallowed ground. This is hallowed ground right now. Yeah.
Honestly.
Welcome to Breakfast.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for, me walking into
to episode play, right?
No, I'm calling another.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. We're walking. He's coming.
Okay.
Yeah. He's coming. This is greatness right there. And we have to recognize.
Tell us the moment you walked in, how you felt.
Oh, Ale, the thing is that it's been an amazing, incredible day, and last few days, like calls from the US, press and all of that, But walking in here and seeing the promise too, right there, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what I've been saying, that, Ghana is not me.
Yeah, okay.
It's not me alone. Me, I'm just the tip of the arrow, just making the path, opening the doors and that kind of thing. But it's a movement.
Okay.
It's a movement. I was a child of this place who had a dream, who believed in it, who knew the talent that was around me at that time. And many of them who were equally as gifted as I was didn't have the courage to pursue it because family would not allow them. Some of them even at some point, they got really dry. And me, I went to I qualified for the university, and my father gave me options, So I went to the university, but at the same time, it was just a cover.
Okay.
For the real skill.
For the real skill. But then when I got there, I realized what he was meaning, because education was a very key part of what we do. So once you add all of those things, you kind of sharpen your ability to engage the world in a much more broader way. And I think that all of those things have become necessary tools as I've been able to navigate my way. And we give thanks for Ghana getting another nomination, so no matter what it is, the nomination is huge. So win there, make me not put our mind for there. If it comes, that's great, but it's gonna come.
It's gonna come.
It's gonna come. Yeah, it's gonna come. So now let's all breathe, take a breather, and recognize that our industry has come.
Yes.
Our industry has arrived. All around the world, they've recognized our industry has arrived. We've got 2 nominations. And not only in one genre, reggae, and also world, which is a very unique thing,
Tell us about the difference. What does it mean technically? I mean, because you've been in this space for a bit. What does it actually mean for those who don't understand?
Well, the thing is that, I see there's a lot of confusion as to people understanding. Grammy nomination is for a body of work.
Okay.
So there is a difference between being nominated for a Grammy and also featuring and being part of a song on a Grammy nominated album that you contributed to the song. Okay. You are not a nominee.
Okay. You see, this thing, as you said.
No. Yeah. The thing is that I'm not the one saying it. You go to the Academy website and see who are the nominees.
Okay.
So I think that sometimes we get things a little bit, and it's great. But being featured on a record is a great achievement.
Yes.
It's really great. There's nothing being diminished about it. But we have to also recognize what is. We can't create our own rules here and be using those rules when we are dealing with a very recognized high level international this and then I see some of our media houses too not really doing their due diligence, because if you're a reputable media house and you are also taking information that is not really the right information, then it diminishes, because the value of the Grammy, we have to keep the value as it is, so that people strive for it.
That's it.
We don't. It's not something that I want to do. I'm a nominee and that kind of stuff. But the thing is that as I said, Charlie, Ghana. The thing is that we are gonna dominate that whole scene. So there should be patience.
Okay.
Because every time I hear on the radio is another Grammy potential. Just Mati Bibri. I walked into one this morning.
Okay. Really?
I mean, episode.
Yeah,
Come on.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
So
you
more
can't deny
potential.
that.
Everywhere there's potential.
Charlie, there's potential. As I say, you know, I started with a vision here. I believed in it. I worked hard at it.
Yeah.
I also learned a lot.
Yeah.
You know, as I grew. And then the thing is that, you know, once we understand that this is for all of us, then the industry and the scene to start supporting, and then the artists too. We have to work together. You know, that culture of division, pitting one against each other. We are diffusing our power. You see, the power should all be harnessed together, and then we utilize that collective power like our brothers in other countries are doing, where they are bringing their power. There's harmony, there's unity. Artists are supporting each other, and then they are moving forward together.
It's working.
I am saying that my nomination is not for me. My nomination is for Ghanaian music. It's for the Ghanaian artists who are all working hard. Let's make this happen so that it opens the way for everybody. You know,
Rocky, where were you when you got the news that you've been nominated for a
it's
Grammy again?
It's very
what was
interesting.
your reaction there?
So okay, it's been a very busy last few weeks. I was at the COP. So as my role as a United Nations, United Nations Goodwill Ambassador. So I was right in Glasgow for the COP. So right afterwards, I flew back to Ghana, and then I joined my older brother, who's the chief of Bumbong and the album is called Voice of Bumbong. So it talks about my traditional village. So we have an annual festival there. So I went to the festival. So afterwards, I stayed for about a week, you know, meeting the elders and everybody and all of that. And then I drove there because I like to drive. You know, from Accra.
How long is that?
Oh, it took me. I left like 5 a.m. in the morning. I'll reach like 7 p.m. It's driving all day. But you're going through different parts of Ghana, stopping in different. Sometimes I stop in different corners really and go and hang with people. You know, I go and it's like some corner, you know, in somewhere in Techiman, and then you just pull up and then you go and sit with people for about 20 minutes and then you drive. So it's also part of just really experiences this beautiful country. So right when I finished. Afterwards, I came, that was on the eve of the nomination thing. So I drove right back. I was extremely exhausted, tired, got home, and then I was like, oh, wow, you know, the Grammys are, you know, the Grammy announcement, you know, I saw like the emails all around that, you know, it was going to be a live Grammy thing. So the following day, I turned my phone off.
Why?
Because I just wanted to be present. I was tired.
No distractions.
No distraction and all of that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, whatever happens, I'll find out and all of that, you know. But I knew this album was a very strong album because I fused traditional music and traditional culture, and even also harkening to Episode. You know, Episode comes from, a family of traditional music, you know, and you know, even that style, you know, that kind of Wulome, Jaje Loy style, you know, that style was even included in the album, you know. So there's all this traditional music and Nyumkro, palm wine, high life, and all mixed in this album. So it's very Ghanaian and very traditional. But I knew that it would be what would give it the different dimension as against all the other albums. But obviously you can think things, but you can't make it happen unless it's meant to happen. And so the morning time, I was actually when it was announced, you know, I just went and then my phone, so I turned the phone on, and I saw like all these missed calls from the US. So I was like, why everybody calling me unless maybe I owe somebody there?
I'm sure in the back of your mind.
Back of my mind, I was just like,
could it be? Like
okay, what is this? So then my manager had called me. She was getting on a plane to come to Ghana, so she was at the airport. So she got the message while she was at the airport.
Oh wow!
So she was like, you know, because the press and stuff were. So then it's like, have you heard the news? I'm like, what news?
What news? Yeah.
She's like, you've been nominated for a Grammy. I'm just like, by who?
I said by who?
By who? You know what I mean? I'm like, are you nominating me right now? It's like, no, it's all over. They say you'll be nominated for a Grammy award. I was like, wow, you know, this is amazing because it's also rare to go to one genre, get a nomination, and then go to another genre, and then get another nomination there. But it's also a testament of the power of the music that we are doing, the Afro root sound that I've been telling everybody. You know, people will come and be like, Rocky, what is there? You know, how do we do it? I'm like, have you listened to Branches of the Same Tree? You know, I'm saying, you haven't listened, then don't talk to me.
Okay.
You know, that was the formula. That was the Afro root sound. That was my evolution and all of that. That's how I, you know, and I was always saying that Anloga Junction, you know, like Stoneboy's album. Stoneboy came to LA, spent some time with me, you know, when I was in LA, you know, we got a conversation about, you know, like creating that sound. You know, creating that sound. And when I heard that on Anloga Junction, I was like, this is somebody who's listening. You know, this is somebody who's listening. The others, you know, and so many of them I've told. But
people are not paying attention.
People are not paying attention. Or people want to take the Afro root sounds and then give it their own name.
So
you know, I'm just like, I'm like, it's not about naming the whole thing, it's about the content of what you are putting out. We have such a broad cultural richness of sound here. Now the world is getting sensitized to African music.
Yes.
Afrobeat, and also, you know, there's been so many different types of music that opened the way for Afrobeat to come true.
Yes.
My sound is Afro Roots. Afro Roots has been nominated for a Grammy. Afro Roots is steeped in Ghana's high life, it's all the traditional music, and at the same time too, contemporary styles. So we just have to tap into our culture. We just have to be confident about our culture. The young musicians need to be proud of it. And I think that this is a testament that what I'm talking about is really the truth. You know, and we need to see ourselves that we are not competing against each other. You know, we are all peers. And that's why when I see, you know, people say, oh, you know, legend, I was like, no, you know, I'm none of those. I'm like, have you met me? Have you come and hang with me on the farm, or hang with me like in my house and seen? You know, it's not about, hierarchy. It's about all of us as artists working together, learning from each other, inspiring each other, so that we all move forward. You know, and I feel that that's the energy that brought this whole thing.
Do you think that being previously nominated also boosted your chances? It's kind of like you're on the Academy's radar, so they kind of know about you. They know about Angelique Kidjo. They know about Burna Boy. They know. You see some of the names cropping up again and again. Does it give you an advantage if you've already been nominated?
You know, the thing is that it does not give you an advantage, but that you cracked, you know, it's almost like when you crack something, you've gotten to, you know, you've advanced to a certain place. So there's a certain recognition there. So when you are moving forward, people are paying attention more. But before you get there, you have to knock and knock and knock and knock and knock and knock, and it doesn't. So that gave advantage, but this was not a reggae album. You see, so this was a whole jumping. And when I was in Ghana and last year, and Ghana didn't get a nomination, I was listening to the radio, and everybody was like, you know, and they were calling me on panels, how do we do it and all that, and I was like, I put out a record that was nominated. Why are you acting like we never went there? You know what I mean? You know, he's been nominated. That's good for Nigeria. They are pushing it, and now they are behind it heavily because they have two nominations, three nominations. They are behind heavily. So we should also do the same, because the thing is that the stone that the builder refused shall be the head cornerstone. And to whom much is given, much is expected. And at the same time, too, we don't have to pick and choose. Oh, winner, then, you know, there's a winner or Beko Grammy. How can you sit here and then say winner or Beko Grammy? The person who's going to win Grammy is probably Walasi, Wiyala, Episode, you know, the people that your eye know they top.
Your eye know they top.
Exactly.
But that does not mean, say, the people, the Saminis, the Shatawalis, the Stone Boys, who are also cracking in a big way, the episodes who are cracking in a big way too, are not the ones that are going to be the ones who are going to win. You know, we just have to love each other. We just have to appreciate each other and lift each other up. And I think that's the only way that we are going to bring this, you know, this piece of hardware here. But in the long run, we believe me, nomination it's
huge. It's huge.
We are there.
Talk to us about the people you collaborated with on this album.
Yes, this album was a combination of some of the people in the US who worked on the previous album, branches and all of that, and then also some of the people that I always worked with. You know, I work with Way Otin, you know, beat maker, producer, Ghanaian. You know, he works for Brafo and all of that. You know, so, you know, connected Akable, what's it called, Martin Mauto. You know, I'm forgetting a few of them, their names. You know, Janet Morma, I think. And then the rest are all also American musicians that who've traveled with me, who've worked with me. Okay. So that and some of the projects I worked halfway in America, and then I'll come to Ghana and then work on it over here. But it was such a beautiful, shall I say, integration of sounds, and then it was also to focus on traditions, our culture. This album was a very cultural album, and I filmed the videos. I filmed it in my traditional village. The song "Beautiful People" was filmed in with my traditional people, because my whole thing was that we all come from somewhere, and we have to appreciate our traditions, our culture, because that is the strength. That is the thing that is getting eroded, and people are coming here learning our culture to go and use it as a means to sell it back to us. So that's beautiful people. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And it does look beautiful.
Yeah.
Video. I'm sure we'll probably play a bit of it, so that people can listen to the music as well as admire it.
My beautiful people, come and sing along, yeah. There are many things we cannot hide. There are many bonds that can be undone, just like our bond. Yeah. Everything in life is a sacrifice, but I know it was worth the price, for I did it for you. Here I come with a song, oh beautiful people, oh beautiful people, come and sing along, yeah.
She's like the best dancer in the village.
Oh,
everywhere you go, in the video. Everywhere you go, she's dancing. And I was like, wow, if she had the opportunity of just leaving and being somewhere, she would have been like a big star.
Yeah.
But she's there in the tradition, in the village. She's like a star there.
It makes you smile.
I love the cinematography.
And then songs like Wara that uses, uses traditional, enyum kro and the choral style of Ghana, and then the palm wine high life. I mean, these are all stuff that I use to highlight high life music, but pay homage to the Konimus, to the and we have a lot of young, high life stars who are breaking out all around the world, from Fra to, they're just doing incredible stuff, and then legends like Ambule and Pat Thomas, who are also having a resurgence all around the world.
Yeah,
and the thing is that we are not giving the due diligence to show that there's so much of our music that is impacting around the world, and we only focus on certain few, and that's kind of our focus. Yes. We have to broaden it and embrace incredible Ghanaian musicians and artists, and then when we do that, we encourage them to come and be part of it, because when they become part of it, believe me, we are unstoppable. We are already unstoppable, but if we take our power and embrace the magnitude of what we have, I'm telling you, it will be serious.
I know that you're part of the academy. You're a member of the academy.
Yes.
How does that work? Isn't there any sort of conflict of interest? How does that?
No. Academy, you're a voting member.
You're a voting member.
Yeah, you're every musician that is. Most musicians are academy members in the US. Being an academy member does not mean anything. There's 20,000 or 30,000 people who are voting. Being an academy member just means that you pay dues and you can vote. And to be that, you have to have an album that is released worldwide. There's a certain criteria. You have to be
a member.
To be a member, you have to be a music professional on the highest level. So the people who are voting, it's not like everybody. It's very quality, high level people who are voting and who analyze the music. And there were, and in my genre, there were probably about 300, 400 entries from all around the world.
Wow.
400 entries from all around the world.
My goodness.
Because it's world music.
That's why getting nominated is such a big deal. Because you're competing against
you're competing against the best out of every country. And at the same time too, it's being judged by some of the most incredible, critical music aficionados. It's not maybe talking heads from Ghana or Nigeria or Kenya or something. Yeah. And these are people who deal with, you know, you can't go and say, oh, Charlie, me and Madame Fu, and that kind of stuff.
No, there's no kululu.
There's no kululu there. There's no kululu. This is like the truth is based on what you do. It's based on your, and that's why I love, when I see artists who have like the fire and the power and who are working hard, it excites me.
Yeah.
You know, Episodes excites me. Stoneboy excites me. Wiala excites me. You know, Shetawale excites me. Samini excites me, because I see that they have the fire, they have the talent, and they are also not leaving no stone unturned. And that is what it takes. Okay. Walasi.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we you know, what we have, that's what I'm saying, what we have, once the floodgates open, it's gonna, you know, it's just gonna be, you know, our brother Nigerians, I love them and all of that kind of stuff, you know, and God bless them. You know, but you know, the thing is that a lot of inspiration for their sound comes from here.
Comes from us.
You know, comes from us. And it's great because it's all African music. Okay. You know, so we all lift each other, we all support it, we all inspire each other and move Africa forward.
So speaking of support, very quickly, is there anything we can do to help you win?
Charlie, the
like
thing is,
we can vote.
They just have to keep, you know, the thing is, it's also amplification of the sound and you know, because as people are preparing to vote again, the academy is preparing to vote again. You know, a lot of them are going online and, you know, listening. Music. And, you know, they're influenced by so many things, and then some of them who are probably listening to my music are going to Ghana. You know, I saw somebody write something about Rocky Dawuni's PR is weak, and I'm just like, no problem, Ghana. If it's weak, it's okay. It takes weak PR to get a nomination. It's all right. But all of it is part of the information that people are looking and all of that to really be able to push the music forward, you know. So we just need to positively
talk about it more,
talk about it, support it, and as I say, you know, for me, this is also a testament for people like Nana. You know, when Nana Pedu passed away recently, that's something that hit me so hard, because before I discovered icons like Bob Marley and Fela, who became my inspirations as a young kid growing up, and, you know, Benin Spear and Peter Tosh, and Pedu, and, you know, Adolfo, and all of those were the music that when I was a kid, you know, my mom would play, also like my mom's favorite, you know. So those were the first styles of music that I embraced. And so I always say that my sound was started from that time, you know. So it's this nomination, even, you know, I dedicate it to a great man like Nana Pedu, who I would say that has joined the ancestors. But Ghanaians we need to give Nana Pedu a national award posthumously, and elevate and honor this great icon. If we don't honor our icons, Charlie, then we've lost it.
Thank you, Rocky.
Yes.
Thanks so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
And all the best.
God bless us all.
God bless us all, indeed.
Breakfast Daily is going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.